James Jones, how much pressure is on Kyle Shanahan to finally beat the Chiefs?
All of it. All of it's on Kyle Shanahan. The last couple times Kyle Shanahan, in my humble opinion, everybody could be different, he's had the better team walking on the football field with the better players. And you never, ever beat Andy Reid?
Ever.
You supposed to be the second best coach in football. That's what I'm told.
Yeah, I told you.
That's what I'm told. From Bang Bang Nada Gang and fans, anytime I talk Kyle Shanahan, they, boy, you crazy, they are, all that. You've never beat Andy Reid, and you say you are like that as a head coach. When is it going to happen? Right? We talk about your game planning. We talk about all the exotic plays you run. We talk about how you get all these players involved. We praise you for getting to the NFC Championship. We praise you for going back to Super Bowls, even if you ain't winning them. When you going to beat Andy Reid? At one point, you're going to have to outcoach Andy Reid. At one point, we got to walk off the field saying, man, if Kyle Shanahan would have did this, they would have won. Because that's what we say. After the Super Bowls, after regular seasons, if Kyle Shanahan would have did this, when are you going to outcoach Andy Reid? I know it's not easy. Andy Reid's the best coach in football right now. I know that. But when are you going to outcoach Andy Reid, man?
You know. At least you know.
Right now, hey, we in the facility. I'm going to keep it a bug. He's the best coach in football right now. But when are you going to outcoach him, Acho?
That's where I'm at, man. It's a lot of pressure, TJ. It's a lot of pressure, 2-5. Like, Andy Reid is taking so much from you, Shanahan. Not only has he taken the throne as best coach and kept the throne as best coach in football, he took a Super Bowl from you. That hurts.
2.
If that's not enough, he took another Super Bowl from you. Like, how long will you continue to watch this man take the only thing you desire in this life as it pertains to the game of football? He done took not one but 2 Lombardis from you. You're in overtime. You're up by 3. All you got to do is keep them from scoring a touchdown, and you win. A field goal, at least the game plays on, and you let this man, Andy Reid, who already stole from you once, you let him do it twice. So for me, TJ, there's all the pressure in the world on this man, Shanahan, because I want to be able to come on this desk and proudly say with my chest, Shanahan, one of the best coaches in football.
I know you do.
I try. I be fighting for my life. I be fighting for my life, TJ. I be fighting for my life.
But you can say that.
I can, but eventually you got to draw blood.
Yeah.
He ain't got to knock him out. Just draw blood.
The problem is you're going against Andy Reid. He's still going to be one of the better coaches in the National Football League, even if he loses this game. But there's so much pressure because you have yet to prove you can do it. And you go to the last time they played in the Super Bowl, you up 10-3, and it's pivotal moments in every game. First possession out of the second half, Mahomes throws a pick. They're on the 40-yard line. Run the ball. You're up 10-3, run the ball. Worst case scenario, you're up 13-3.
Right.
Pass. They punt the ball. I thought that was a turning point in the game. Kyle Shanahan cannot make the bad play call because he's done this time and time again in big games. And yeah, it's a regular season game, but it's Andy Reid and the Chiefs. So this is a big game for you, Kyle Shanahan, to show everybody, I can do this. I can do this. We can beat them. And they're undefeated. And this is strength on strength. Kansas City used to be powered by their offense. Now it's a shift. They're powered by their defense. They have the number 6 total defense. The 49ers have the number 2 total offense. And so this is strength on strength. Can Kyle Shanahan finally prove I can beat Andy Reid and the Kansas City Chiefs? That's why it's so much pressure.
So it's 3 of y'all, huh? A lot of pressure? Yeah. I'm going the opposite way. Ain't no real pressure. Come on.
No pressure.
Yeah, I mean, how? First of all,
0-5, you cool.
If they lose this game to the Chiefs, right, will you guys be surprised?
No.
Right? And it's like, I look back to when the Chiefs were super strong on offense. Why did I know that? I was on the team. 2019, we was like that. It was a fear on, touchdown. We down 24. Don't matter. We'll come back and win. And I watched the Chiefs beat the Niners. Okay, cool. We fast forwarded. So now we playing the Niners where we're not as good talented-wise, roster-wise. Where the Niners should win, have the advantage. It didn't happen. All I'm saying is, if they lose to the Chiefs, we still don't think Kyle Shanahan's a really good coach. Of course. We still don't think he's one of the favorites. Even if they're 3-4, they're one of the favorites in the NFC to still get to the championship game, right? We believe that. So when we talk about pressure is like, man, we can't lose this game. And I don't see that happening because the chances are they're going to lose, and we still going to think Kyle Shanahan and the Niners are still a good team. And eventually, we're going to say they probably should beat the Chiefs. they're going to play him 5 times, 6 times. So eventually, one of these times, they're going to win. And I think there's sometimes where you see like teams that just can't beat this team. There's coaches that just can't beat this coach. So the reason why I think the Niners will go to the Super Bowl and win it, the only chance they have, if the Chiefs don't make it.
But see, that's the problem because what's Kyle Shanahan great at?
Offense.
Offense. What's the Chiefs' strength right now?
Defense.
The offense is not that good on the Kansas City Chiefs right now. You're supposed to be a special offensive coordinator. Go out, coach, and score points against the defensive coordinator. That's what the strength of the Chiefs is the defense. The strength of the Niners is the offense.
Right.
You need to go out there and score points and put together a good game plan. You have walked out there against Andy Reid with the better football teams at least the last 2-3 times, right? Including the Super Bowl. Even last year's Kansas City Chiefs offense, Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce made plays when they had to, but offensively, they wasn't like that. And Andy Reid's coming in here again against you in the Bay, wounded on the offensive side of the ball without some of his best players. And you can't out-coach him and win the game. You got to do something.
I heard, but what's changed, though, for example? So they lose to the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, right? Again. And then before the season started, we all had the Niners being one of the favorites to win the NFC. Ain't nothing going to change. The only thing that's going to change is if the Niners play somebody else in the Super Bowl. That's it, because we know what it looks like they play the Chiefs.
But that's my answer on Monday's show. On Friday's show today, I don't agree with you. Okay. If the Chiefs lose again, I agree. If the Chiefs win again, I agree with you. Remember when Lamar Jackson played the Chiefs this year? There was so much on that matchup this year because I'm like, hey, Lamar, if you can't beat Patty, you never beat Patty.
Oh, so he lost.
He lost. And that's how I feel. Lamar is great, but I'm putting him in this box. He is great. He is elite. He is a multiple-time MVP, and he will win several more. But he cannot beat Pat. And those two things are true.
But you're still looking at Lamar as a great player.
No doubt about it.
And the only way they going to go.
If Pat ain't there. I don't want to have to do that. I don't want to have to
But that's what it is, though. That's what it is. The problem is y'all not listening. Y'all not really understand what's going on. We ordered Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes era. That's what we in. The same thing where it used to be. It used to be Belichick and Brady. And every once in a while, right, Brady might not make it, and then somebody else wins. Correct. That's what happens. So till y'all realize what we're doing right now, we are in the Chiefs era.
But you hear that?
And everybody's like,
though?
Listen,
you said every once in a while, somebody else may get one from Brady. This is never, ever.
That's my problem. I need my once and I need my wow.
What if, TJ, what if they don't win, though? What if the Chiefs don't go back to, and I hope they do three-peat, but the only way that the Niners have a chance, if they don't go. You get what I'm saying? And that's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with that.
They like us. They have egos. Kyle Shanahan has an ego. Christian McCaffrey isn't playing. If he can win this game without arguably their best playmaker, his ego is going to be even better. I beat Andy Reid without Christian McCaffrey. He's putting a lot into this. This means something to him. He knows the talk. He knows everybody saying he can't compete. He can't. His brain doesn't work like Andy Reid's offensively. He knows this. So he's going to go into this practice today. It's a short practice, red zone.
Okay.
And early day, they're going to be done. Kyle Shanahan is still going to be game planning, seeing if he can find something that can crack the Chiefs' defense. They got the offense.
So wait, they 0-4 right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if he wants to be 1-5,
but
right?
for him, for his psyche,
but I'm saying,
his ego.
But okay, so you wouldn't. So nothing really changes though. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, so you talk about pressure of the house. So you'll be 1-4 against Andy Reid. That ain't a winning record.
You know what he gonna walk around and say? I could do this. I could have been done this.
Because here's my thing.
That's smart on his face.
You start lying to yourself. Because at least Niners fans do realize they were winning in overtime. It's not like the Chiefs just beat
They were winning. Both Super Bowls they were winning.
They were winning by 10 points.
They were up by 10 in both.
Correct.
Up by 10 in both games.
So at least you can convince yourself, all we got to do is close it out. Hey, we're the better team. For 3 quarters, we're the better team.
Yeah.
For 4 quarters, we were the better team.
Hey, you know what
They were better in the 5th quarter.
After the game, this is what happens when we finish games.
Yes.
This is what happens when we finish games.
Yes.
That's going to be the post-game speech.
Yes.
Kyle Shanahan, he says nothing to do with the past games. Like, bruh, I ain't worried about. I know they beat 4 in a row. I know it's going to keep going like this. Y'all not seeing what's going on.
Let me ask y'all this, because the quarterback, the gunslinger, he's the one who dictates everything. James, let me ask you, because Brock Purdy, he played a game good enough to win in a Super Bowl. Not 400 yards, not 500 yards. He played good enough to win. Remember, McCaffrey fumbled the ball. Remember, Trent Williams had a holding call, and I think he had a false start penalty. But Brock Purdy, in his first Super Bowl, as a second-year player, he actually played good enough to win. Does Brock have anything to prove Sunday?
No, I think Brock has proven to everybody in the National Football League that he's a legit quarterback in the National Football League. He could win games. He could play at a high level. He could play in the scheme. He could play outside the scheme. Brock Purdy has nothing to prove to nobody. This is Patrick Mahomes on the other side. I hope and pray he's not walking into this game saying, I got to outplay Patrick Mahomes. Stay on schedule, do what you're supposed to do, run the plays that's called, and beat Brock Purdy. But Brock Purdy is a legit quarterback in the National Football League. We are starting to see it week in and week out. Brock Purdy, to be honest with you, rarely puts together bad games,
Correct.
especially back-to-back. He's a really good player. Yeah. It's hard to play quarterback in the National Football League, and at times, bro, make it look easy. Whatever the play schemes, whatever you want, he make it look easy. He's a really good quarterback. It ain't no pressure on him, man. Like I said, all the pressure to me is on Kyle Shanahan.
There's pressure on Purdy.
Absolutely.
He's touching the ball every snap. And Mahomes against the Niners, I don't know what it is. The Niners always have a great defense. Mahomes lights them up. 339 yards a game passing against the Niners defense. And so Purdy is going against a Chiefs defense.
Say that again, how many?
339 per game.
Yeah, that's the Niners too, though.
Rounded
Crazy.
340?
340. Yeah.
For better for the viewer.
And
340.
so, who does that against the Niners defense? And so Purdy may have to keep up. So, yeah, you got something to prove. Ooh. Like, Mahomes has not been Mahomes this season, but he's still Patrick Mahomes.
No doubt.
And so he has that aura about him. Like, they down 5, how much? Damn, we about to lose this game. And so he has that reputation. It's like Mike Tyson in the 90s. They intimidate. He come out with that towel around his neck, black shorts.
Sweating and all that. No
like,
socks
they
on.
already
No
intimidated.
socks on.
And so Purdy must prove to the guys in that locker room, I can do this for y'all.
But don't you think he already did?
No.
That's why I don't think there's pressure on Purdy.
Yeah.
Because in the Super Bowl, he's not the one who let them down. Again, McCaffrey, you can't fumble in the Super Bowl, big dog. Y'all driving. Points on the board. Trent Williams, he undermined a complete possession. You the first ballot Hall of Famer. That can't happen. Purdy didn't make no mistakes. No egregious turnovers.
I mean, he played well, but he threw for 255 yards.
But when you look at of all the players who are responsible, Kittle, Debo, Ayuk, Trent, McCaffrey are all more responsible to play well than Purdy because they're all better. And he played better than all of them. So that's why I'm like, ain't no pressure on me. Kittle, where was you at? Because Kittle, I think you had like 3 targets, 1 catch. Yeah. McCaffrey, where was you at? I mean, you obviously gave 80 yards, but you Offensive Player of the Year. Trent, where was you at? 2 penalties? Come on now. Yeah. Debo, Ayuk, where was you at? Debo, I think you had 10 targets, maybe 3 catches. Like, where were y'all boys at? So for me, if I'm Purdy, I'm like, y'all do y'all jobs. Yeah. I did mine.
Do we do that for every other quarterback? Right? Either they win or they lose. We put the blame on them or we give them that praise. Do we not? Do we not?
Yeah, we done with him, though.
We done with him, though. We can't do that, Acho. Listen, when they win and all that, yo, Purdy did this. Look at his stats. We do that. Look at his wins and all that. And then when he lose, we can't say, well, where was Trent at? And we can't do that.
In the Super Bowl, you did the same thing because we all did. I tried not to, so maybe I'm in the wrong. Jalen Hurts, Super Bowl versus the Chiefs. Everybody like, Jalen played good enough to win, Acho. Yo, Jalen played good enough to win,
But he was playing.
Wait a second. Jalen Hurts had a fumble that the Chiefs took back for a touchdown.
Right.
That's a 14-point swing, 10-point swing, at minimum a 7-point swing. So Jalen Hurts gave away 7 to 14 points in a 3-point game, and everybody, but Acho, Jalen played good enough to win, Acho. So if y'all gonna do that, you gotta let me do this.
Wait, it's the way he did play, though. It hurts. He was throwing air on. He was. Okay, I don't want to get to Eagles. I don't want to get to that. You know, that was in the past, right? What's the question about Brock Purdy?
Brock Purdy, you had anything to prove?
Yeah. If I had to ask you, what's one question mark on the team, right, on the offense? You would say quarterback?
You still say Purdy?
Who would it be then? Because we're gonna say Kittle's an All-Pro, right?
Right now, I would say the wideouts.
But I'm gonna say in the general though, like we just picking on players, like so, because I think Brandon Ayuk is still Brandon Ayuk, right? You just wait for him to turn it on, but he's still a solid dude, right? You talk about your Kittle, right? Then McCaffrey, he ain't there, but the young boys rolling right now. They run the ball well. Yep. I'm gonna say like Brock is always gonna have this question mark, right? Because he's expected to make all this money, $60 million plus, right, a year. He's expected to make that. And we always say, yo, can Brock Purdy do this without the weapons? That's always going to be a question mark until it's done, until he's won a Super Bowl, until he's being the main guy on the team. That's always going to be a question mark. So I'm going to say, yeah, it's a lot of pressure. You got to deliver. And you go against Patrick Mahomes. If Patrick Mahomes goes out here, right, and I don't even know how it looks because the offense hasn't been great, but if they win and the offense is playing well, they're like, well, what you doing? What you doing, Brock? What's going on? It's always going to be that question mark. Always.
When you're going up against Pat, you better believe it's always going to be questions, big dog. What up, YouTube family? Welcome to the facility. Thanks for watching, and you better be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to get more highlights from the show and all of our exclusive content.